Today, we're unpacking a truly fascinating juxtaposition right from the heart of celebrity news. We're going to look at a high-profile, modern blended family through two very different lenses. On one hand, a peaceful, totally relatable family milestone, a high school graduation. But on the other, a backdrop of a decade filled with fierce, headline-making legal battles and incredibly complex child support disputes. It's a massive contrast between what we see in the public eye and what actually goes down behind closed doors in the courtroom. So let's get right into the news. Okay, let's dive into this. The whole catalyst for today's is a recent, super rare public reunion between Oscar-winning actress Halle Berry and her ex, Canadian model Gabriel Aubry. And honestly, the fashion alone tells a story of two very different approaches to a daytime event. Berry showed up sporting an office casual look, but with a bit of an edge. A plunging black ruffled blouse layered over a peekaboo black paired with wide-leg blue jeans, oversized gradient sunglasses, and her stunning Art Deco engagement ring from her current fiancé. On the flip side, Aubry opted for a much more understated, sharp look. We're talking a slate gray suit over a classic white t-shirt, finished off with white tennis shoes and aviator sunglasses. The distinct contrast in their styles visually sets the stage for the deeply contrasting paths they've walked over the last 10 years. So the occasion that actually brought them together was Thursday's graduation ceremony in Los Angeles for their daughter, Nahla, who literally just turned 18. Berry attended alongside her fiancé, musician Van Hunt, marking this major educational milestone as a united, if kind of complex front. Reports noted that the interaction was, a bit awkward, but entirely focused on celebrating Nahla's achievements. For a brief moment, the cameras captured the peaceful reality of a proud mom and dad watching their teenager get ready to head off to college. But to really understand why this reunion is making such massive headlines, we have to look back at the fraught history that led up to this peaceful Thursday afternoon.
Part 1. The Aubry child support battle. A decade of legal disputes.
Let's move to and see how this built. It all started way back in 2005. Berry and Aubry dated for about 5 years before splitting in 2010 when Nahla was just a toddler. By 2012, they managed to reach a custody agreement that gave them equal parenting time. But man, that agreement was just the beginning. The equal custody didn't solve the financial disagreements, and by 2014, the court stepped in with a major ruling on child support. These legal disputes stretched on for literally years, requiring further adjustments by a judge in 2021. To truly anchor this narrative, we need to look at the staggering financial facts at the center of this dispute. Back in 2014, a Los Angeles Superior Court judge ordered Halle Berry to pay Gabriel Aubry $16,000 a month in child support. 16 grand! And this wasn't just a short-term ruling either. This massive monthly payment was mandated to continue until Nahla either turned 19 or graduated from high school. That is an absolutely huge, ongoing financial commitment that kept these two tethered together in the legal system for years.
And if that number isn't shocking enough, let's look at another massive figure from Berry's legal history. In 2024, Berry claimed in court documents that she spent nearly $250,000, $250,000 in legal fees alone. But wait, here's the twist. That wasn't even for Aubry. That $250,000 was spent just trying to navigate co-parenting with her other ex-husband, French actor Olivier Martinez. It really shows the sheer, escalating cost of trying to untangle high-profile family dynamics in the court system.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the financial and legal picture quickly became a totally tangled web. In 2021, Berry successfully petitioned to have the monthly support to Aubry cut in half, bringing it down to $8,000 a month. However, there was a catch. She also had to pay an additional 4.3% of any annual income she made over $1.95 million. And while she was finally resolving the financial parameters with Aubry, her legal battles were escalating on a completely different front. See, after initially agreeing to a shared custody arrangement with Olivier Martinez in 2023, Berry actually filed for sole custody of their son in 2024.
Part 2. The Martinez custody dispute. Co-parenting clashes.
To give you a sense of just how intensely these two worlds collided, this wasn't just happening on paper and court documents. Early on in Berry's lengthy court battles with Aubry, the tension literally spilled over into the real world. A physical altercation actually broke out between Gabriel Aubry and Olivier Martinez. It's a pretty stark reminder of the very real, very human frustration and anger that was simmering right beneath the surface of this entire celebrity legal drama. For a little essential background context here, Halle Berry and Olivier Martinez were married from 2013 to 2015. Together, they share a 12-year-old son named Maceo. Prior to this, Berry had also been married to baseball player David Justice in the mid-90s and singer Eric Benet in the early 2000s. Her relationship history has been highly publicized for sure, and her struggle to establish a peaceful co-parenting dynamic with Martinez proved just as arduous as her battles with Aubry.
And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer exhaustion of financing her exes, which eventually reached a total boiling point. In a scathing 2024 court document regarding Martinez, Berry stated, "As Olivier has advised this court, he lives off my child support, and in order to be able to pay child support, I have to go to work. I do not have the luxury of taking months off." She also noted that she had done absolutely everything possible to work with him amicably before eventually filing for sole custody. The sheer exhaustion of trying to maintain her demanding career as a Hollywood A-lister while dealing with all of this is incredibly palpable here.
Part 3. A modern blended family. Moving forward under the spotlight.
Despite the frankly untouchable world of celebrity litigation, court orders, and paparazzi, there is a very grounded reality at play here. Today, Berry appears to have found a really strong sense of stability. She's been in a relationship with musician Van Hunt since 2020, and she's actually credited her personal happiness with him for improving her overall family life. In a candid interview with AARP, she summarized her primary goal perfectly, saying, "As a mom living this modern, blended family, all I care about is that my kids are okay with the decisions I'm making." And it really seems like that focus is paying off. Her daughter Nahla, despite growing up amidst all those child support disputes, is absolutely thriving. Berry recently shared that Nahla was enrolled in a college summer program at the exact university she hopes to attend next year.
Behind all the headlines and the six-figure legal fees, there is simply a mother watching her teenager leave for college. Speaking on a Today's Show segment about Nahla growing up, Berry admitted that she worries, like literally any parent would, but her overarching feeling is just pure excitement. She said, "I'm dying to see who she's going to be and what she's going to do and what she'll discover." It is a wonderfully soft, universal sentiment that stands in total contrast to those bitter legal quotes we examined earlier.
Which leaves us with this final thought. We've seen the awkward yet triumphant graduation reunion, the staggering monthly support figures, and the raw court transcripts. It really begs the question, how do high-profile blended families ever successfully navigate the intense pressures of co-parenting and child support under Hollywood's unrelenting spotlight? When every dispute is public record, and every financial milestone is negotiated by lawyers, finding a path to normalcy, like simply attending your daughter's high school graduation in peace, becomes an incredible achievement in itself. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this gave you a deeper, structured look at the reality behind the news. Until next time.